Hello folks, Hot Rod Rodney 25 coming back to you with a little bit of a different video. Today I am out here messing around, and of course you know how it is. This area was all piled up, and of course other areas have now became the catch-all for it. That's nothing new on a lot of layouts. So anyway, let's get into this video so I don't make it too long and too boring. Coming out of Prestonsburg, which is actually somewhere in there, in that mess, you can see part of the mountain way over there, and from some rolling stock and different stuff sitting around. Well, anyway, it kind of became part of the catch-all because I kind of stopped working in that area for now. I came up with a vision, I guess you want to say, a brainstorm, whatever you want to call it. This section, I believe I mentioned years ago in a video. It's been a while since everybody's seen this section. It wasn't going to get used for a lot except for scrapyard, which is the reason this siding and this siding was put in here. This other siding was actually going to go to like a oil, it was like a oil tanker siding, or I forget what I was going to make it, but regardless, it's going to come out of here also, because what I'm going to do, this was an old desk that my dad handed down to me when he built his new desk on our old layout, in our old house, out in our old building. Okay, when I got divorced, everything had to come down here, and we recycled everything that we had except for the frame that's actually holding all the plywood and everything up, which is 12-foot boards. We did not have those back then. Anyway, I came up with a vision, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, to take this desk out. Now, I know it connects Prestonsburg over here to what was a lift out removable section, which went up to underneath my dad's Lionel transformers and across those three Mark HO bridges. And yes, I said Marks HO bridges. That is what they're marked. MARX, right on the bottom of them, the marking that you would see on the bigger Marks stuff, which is technically owned by Lionel. But anyway, I will be removing this track, all this, those two dead switches that was going into the sidings, this siding right here that was going to be a oil siding or something to do with at one time. Now, it might have been, was going to be part of the scrapyard. I don't know. But this is all going to get removed. The top will come off, and what you will see when I go back and do part 2, you will see a bunch of framework. And this this was going to be part of the transformers in here. And of course I had these 4 small lifelikes that I put there a couple years back because I thought they looked good. And when you shut the door, which the door is partially unscrewed, but when you shut the door to the desk, it would cover transformers up. Okay, so these brackets, these 3 brackets that's still here, was going to be another excuse me guys, another transformer holder shelf, and down here was going to be another one. So basically all of this was going to be was coming in, crossing over, and going around and going back the opposite direction, like of offset figure 8. And basically the same thing down on the main level. Okay, so it really wouldn't have mattered if I put transformers above everything, because basically all it was just a crossover. It wasn't going to have, you know, switches or anything like that out in the open where, you know, something would get bumped by wires or whatever. So anyway, going back to explaining this, and I started taking the hinges off my door. I think if I measured right, this door to my desk will now go over here, which is also piled up, but there's a little refrigerator under there that Dad and I had for drinks and stuff. And if I measured right, it's going to be built in right there, so I can shut the door and you won't see the refrigerator under the workbench. And this little piece here that I actually built out, which is actually all covered up, it goes from here to actually somewhere right along in here. But it's actually going to hold my little bench grinder, flex shaft tool, and whatever else. That was a long time ago idea. If it still happens, it'll happen. If it don't, it don't. But, okay. And up here would be that removable piece that I was talking about, that bridge. I still have it. I will probably not be using it now because I'm going to be tearing the top of the desk off and going down here with a saw or whatever I can use, and I'll take all this out because this is all screwed on. Take the front panel that I modified to put in there, take that off, and then I'll just cut flush all the bench work to the framework to the actual desk, is what I'm trying to say. The back brace that's going across these 2 posts will have to stay there because this add-on piece is actually tied onto that. And that small add-on piece will possibly become the new scrapyard. I'm not too sure on that right now, but here's my plan, the brainstorm and visions that I had. When this is all cut flush This is actually part of the add-on to the main level right here. The trains do come through there, and let me see if I can show you the tracks. You can see the tracks in there. It's a little piled up. I'm sorry about the mess, guys. I've been trying to clean stuff up to kind of vision with the vision out here with my vision that I tried to draw on paper, and see if this is actually going to work before I go through a lot of cutting and destroying, you might say. But anyway, the line L transformers right here, they will get eliminated and stored. Both of them will get stored away safely. But anyway, everything that's Lionel or Marks or whatever will now be over there. So my big MTH train that was once controlled on my side, and that train that's going to be coming across the bridge, right? You can see that there's a bridge right there at the window where those little dots are at the, which is piece of pegboard over the window. That train below the Western Maryland train, hopper train that you're seeing real good, is on blocks of wood to raise it up above my Pastner, my HO Pastner line. But anyway, everything Lionel will now be over on my dad's side. And everybody knows my dad passed away back in 2018 on September 21st, or correct myself, 23rd. But I did get other transformers like those R transformers, and those right there. Get my finger down the right place. But I did buy a couple more. Plus I got an RW, which will run my big MTH train. So, which is a single control, like those, only it's an RW. But anyway, all those transformers will be over there together. So anything Lionel and big scale, O gauge, will now be over on my dad's side. And everything over here will be controlled of HO and maybe my little N scale. I don't know about my little N scale, if I'm going to put that back up. But we'll see. That's going to be down the road in the future. But anyway, this will come out. All the framework will come out and get cut flush. This level will get extended over to here, where this train comes down and goes across the crossing. It will now, I'm going to figure out how to get it connected into the yard, right? The new yard that I'm going to be building. And the yard will come down, connect, and the yard will go way back there somewhere on the other side of those tracks. Those tracks are going to be eliminated, as well as where those 3 HO trains are setting. There, I just made them circles for my locomotives. They will now be eliminated because they're going on that level right where the ladder is setting. But anyway, the scrapyard will move. I'm thinking back there it will become smaller, but it is what it is. But I need this space to do what I need to do to open it up. I gotta watch what I'm doing, because when I build this on, I gotta make sure I can still be able to step up on that or reach to my passenger level. Basically all this is going to be, my passenger level will come across the removable bridge with the Line L trains and come around, go across the double line bridge, and basically just curve around and go back. Up here there'll be switches. This basically will be the yard lead switches, and it'll go down to like a turntable and a museum and different stuff where I can set all my locomotives that I will not be running. The older stuff, and stuff that's more or less out the door on my layout. And excuse the train clock, but that's basically what that's going to be, and it'll go down to 1 or 2 turntables, and it'll be like a museum of old locomotives, and maybe some passenger cars, a dining car of a passenger train, and different stuff, different ideas, just to brighten the top level, which is all passenger stuff anyway, up. And then of course that passenger train will be an excursion train going clear back in the back of the shed on the wall and coming back around up here along where the Lionel trains are, and come in, and they can switch into the yard, or they can go around and come across the removable big bridge, which is that bridge right there, which is an old shelf or old table or something that my dad and I came up with an idea to put it on those brackets and connect it for my trains to get across. So anyway, I hope some of this makes sense, or a lot of this makes sense. So anyway, I'm going to stop this video. This will be part 1 of, I don't know what to name it. Layout changes, I guess. Something like that. This was basically going to be like Rodney Bill or something. It was going to be named after me because it was going to be Hot Rod's Scrapyard for the name, for the scrapyard. And that's my nickname, Hot Rod. So, this was going to be like Rodney Bill or something coming from Pressenburg. And it could change. I mean, but anyway, I just want to get this video out to you so you don't get an idea from one of my older videos. Well, when there's something that used to be there. If I even did, I mean, I'm pretty sure I mentioned stuff on the video a long time ago. Probably one of the first years that I've been on YouTube. Or maybe even after that, I don't know. But anyway, this is going to be eliminated. Then I will build on to this. And then I'm also thinking about back here. I'm thinking about maybe leaving this front brace on. Now that I'm thinking of it. Leaving this front brace on just to tie something in between here and there. And this bridge may come out of here. I don't know. That's a lot of work that I've done right there, but I'll have to see. But I need a place to put my main good or my best transformers. So I may end up putting them right here, up above everything, and I can still get into them and make some kind of panel or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to see. I even thought of leaving this angle bracing in where the transformers was going to set, and I was even thinking about, you know, putting the whole board in there, with different places where I could reach down to the actual trains in the yard in case of a derailment. But I was thinking about putting the transformers right in there, but they'd be down in the frame. I'll have to come up with some more ideas. Like I said, I want to try to get the track eliminated, and the top of this desk off, and try not to bother anything over here going into Prestonsburg right now. Hopefully I won't. And that might save me from doing a lot of cutting of the framework and messing stuff up. And because I only really get one shot of cutting flush, and if you don't do it the right way the first time, then it's going to get more frustrating. But anyway, let me stop this video. This will be part 1 of new layout changes. And I'll make a part 2 when I get this top and the door and track and everything else off. So hope you like watching my videos. I hope everything's sort of interesting. Like, share, subscribe, and your comments are always welcome. And watch my other videos and help support my channel. And I have live feeds on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Thursday night live stream. So hopefully everybody will still be able to watch my live stream. I'm going to get off of here for now, guys, and I will see you in part 2. Bye for now, guys.